What's up, y'all? It's Shuffle, and today's video is going to be me talking about all the stuff that I have gotten wrong that I can remember anyway. I looked through my more popular videos, my guides and stuff, and I want to look at the things that I said that I got wrong that I should clarify and fix as we're on the way out of DD1. I don't want the potential misinformation or changed opinions hanging out there, so that's what this is. If you enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up, drop your comments, all that stuff. Check out the box below for the cool links, and we will get started with this. So I have like 9 or 10 videos queued up here. Just I looked through them pretty quick before I started doing this, but this is my skills tier list. I don't think I picked a definitive top skill, like this is the best skill in the game, but something I just completely forgot about. So my top 10, I'm on my top 10 here is so I have Reclaim, Ballad, Target Whistle, Solemnity. This is supposed to be Hands from the Abyss. Then we have Dual Savants Bleed Out, Blinding Gas, Arb's Bandage, and Pierce. So the thing that shouldn't be here for something else is probably Arb's Bandage, should be like an honorable mention. And then Divine Comfort should be up here. I simply just forgot about it. So Divine Comfort is the group heal with Vestal. It's broken, it's very powerful, and it's deserving of top 10, probably the best skill in the game. It's one of them. It's either that or like Battle Ballad. The more I think about it, just looking at what I have up here without going through the entire list and relitigating everything, I think it's either Ballad or it is Divine Comfort. Even though I'm not a huge fan of Vestal. I was gonna say the biggest or the hugest. Okay, so here's my camp skill tier list. My face is covered by the camera this time, but for the camp skills, I really slept on Bless. Bless should be up in like A or S. I don't know why. I just didn't value it at the time. But 10 dodge is amazing just because dodge is a very busted mechanic, and then 10 accuracy, everyone needs accuracy. I think when I made the list, my initial reasoning was that you're kind of getting offense and defense on someone. You don't usually want that, but you do. There are times to have that, and sometimes you don't have enough accuracy trinkets. If it's like early or mid game, you just got shafted on like focus rings and stuff, then Bless comes in pretty good. So Bless should be A or S at the bare minimum. But as for the other stuff here, bottom 10, I think the Bounty Hunter double surprise thing is actually much better than bottom 10. I think it was just like circumstantial bottom of 10, but I like that one a lot. And also Maintain Equipment is something I didn't like that much at first, but I used it when I did that farmstead run that Thick wanted, and that was actually pretty good. Sandstorm, as good as Sandstorm is for that one instance of the game where Mark is the main mechanic, I still don't think it's that good. The Man-at-Arms guide, shout out to Tatsu for the awesome thumbnails, but the Man-at-Arms guide was the thing I was alluding to earlier. When I talked about repost in a different video, sorry, my voice cracked, but when I talked about repost in a different video, someone, I forget who it was, but I just got a comment. They sounded so confident. They're like, repost isn't melee damage, it's just damage. So there's nothing that affects it outside of flat damage. And I said that in this video, and it's not. So I believe it was Thick, and might have been Nick too, but Thick went into the game's files, and he showed me that riposte is classified as melee. So melee skills and crit and stuff like that should buff it. The same goes for Highwayman, which makes the blue sheath, I forget what it's called, the sharpening sheath, for Highwayman that's got like 7 melee crit, that makes that thing a lot better. So I like it more than I did. The Jester guide, I got turn back time wrong in this one. So when it said, if afflicted, -15, that's just horrible wording. So what I thought is, it goes from 30 to only -15. So like it's half effectiveness if they're afflicted, but it's actually added together. So it's -30 baseline stress by using that camp skill. And then if they're afflicted, it's an extra 45. The disadvantage is if they're afflicted, they can refuse it, but that's what it should be. Grave Robber, I actually fixed this in a video, but I talked about opening with Shadow Fade quite a bit, and I pushed it as like the premier thing to do. And you can still do it, and it's not bad. Like there are certain fights I do it for, because sometimes like boss fights, you want to make sure Grave Robber doesn't get hit by a mechanic, so you open with Shadow Fade. But you should lunge on turn 1. You just gotta lunge especially if you're playing like Darkest or Radiant, where she has a much higher chance of ganking the rank 3 enemy, like Cultist Witch. then it's better. But in Stygian and Blood Moon, it's not as consistent to get that kill unless you crit. You have to crit pretty much to get that kill. But even then, it's still good. It's still pretty good damage, and then you can set up double lunge teams and stuff like that. And I don't know if I even covered double or triple lunge in this video, but this video is an hour and a half, and it should not have been. That's another mistake. Flagellants, I forgot to talk about this because I didn't know it at the time. But for Flagellant, something very cool about him is you can use Restoration, so Reclaim. And Reclaim will always tick, like it'll go off first before damage over time effect. So on your turn, if you have bleed on top of you, like you have 5 bleed and you're at Death's Door and you have like 4 Reclaim or 4 Restoration from Reclaim, and your turn comes up, you're gonna still be on Death's Door, but you're not gonna die from it. You can't die. So you're gonna get your HP heal first and then immediately take the bleed damage and go back down. So Reclaim actually gets much better against damage over time effects, and I was looking at my Torchless VODs that I'm in the process of making thumbnails and getting the info ready, and I'm, gonna start pushing them out like 1 or 2 a day until we're done here. But there was one instance where I had someone get crit to Death's Door with a Blight on top of them, and Reclaim, I think I did Reclaim, and I think that solved it, because otherwise I was in really big trouble. So I like the Tatsu, kept the death blow in there, because my old crappy thumbnail, I had a clip from my Shambler video where my team got TPK'd and Flagellant died to a heart attack, and I wanted to keep that in there because that was in the thumbnail, and then she did that, so thanks for that. But yeah, so that's it for those things. A Flagellant again, I put these together for a reason. So here, I got both of these wrong, holy crap. So Heartburst is okay as a trinket, but if you hit Death's Door with if you hit Death's Door with like a damage over time effect on you, you don't want to outspeed your healer. Usually this isn't a big deal, but Flagellant already, I believe, gets a speed bump at Death's Door for some reason. Every other character in the game gets a speed penalty, so it's not as likely for them to outspeed your healer. But Flagellant gets the bonus speed at Death's Door, and then you have Heartburst on top of that, so he gets a ton of speed. But if that happens, he might not get the speed at Death's Door. I don't remember, but hopefully I'm not wrong. Pretty sure he does. I digress. But you don't want the bonus speed. You don't want to really actually go first and bleed out because he's like +6 over everyone else, like 15 speed flash. No thanks. And then I don't know what this should be instead. Honestly, it might be Focus Ring. Let me be quite honest. I don't know. Oh, I wanted a Class Trinket. That's what it was. That's what the stipulation of this video was I wanted a Class Trinket and a neutral trinket. If I had to pick a Class Trinket, it might be Shard of Glass, honestly. I was thinking like maybe, what is it, the Punishment Hood, but that actually got someone killed in one of my games before. But Punishment Hood's pretty good, but actually I think it's Shard of Glass. That's a trinket that we'll talk about, I think, in a minute. But I really came around on that. I think it was Anemone who kept talking to me about how good it was, and that I started to agree. So for Martyr Seal as a neutral trinket, it's still pretty good on Flag. Someone found a Reddit thread where they mentioned that I talked about Martyr Seal, and then I guess someone just like vehemently disagreed with that. And Martyr Seal is actually still good on Flagellant because he makes use of all the stats and it's very consolidated. That's why I picked it. And Flagellant's a character more prone to going to Death's Door than anyone else. And the reason I like it a lot on him is because since he can be at Death's Door quite a bit, this does help him, even though you don't want to play around Razor's Edge and all that. But the reason I like this a lot on him is because you hit Death's Door and then you Exang at Death's Door for, potentially a crit and an absolute ton of damage. Like the on hit's gonna hit really hard, and then they take like 45 points and bleed, and you get, the crit and all that. It's good. It's very good. This should be Fleshheart. Fleshheart, Fortifying Garlic, Blood Charm, those are all pretty good, but the reason we pick Fleshheart is because it makes him immune to bleed from Reclaim, which means that it's a late game setup for sure, because Fleshheart is pretty late game as a trinket, but if you get that, then Flagellant can just be main healer for your team, because he'll never bleed himself, outside of like debuffs and the lights in Courtyard and stuff like that. So he'll be able to just throw out Reclaim preemptively, keep everyone topped off. You can just throw him out every turn, and that's good. So Flesh Heart, really good. This should probably be Shard of Glass. And if I had to do some backups, maybe Punishment Hood and Fortifying Garlic. Those are both pretty good. This is a trinket tier list. This is my... Okay, this is the class tier list. There you go. So for this, where did I make some mistakes? Okay. So Shard of Glass, like I said, this is actually pretty good. This should probably be at least A. It's actually really good. Chip Tooth is B. It's not the best, but you know, there are a couple times where it's okay. This is still the worst set in the game. The Finger Bone's actually B, potentially, but the Tasting Cup and Dissection Kit should be down here. Both those should be down there. And Absinthe. What was I thinking with this? Absinthe is so bad. But there you go. I agree with the rest of it though. Like this set's great. These sets are great. This set's really good. This set's good if it had accuracy. Oh, I rated them as sets, that's why, not individually. So that's what I did there. Regardless. I don't remember where was it here? Where was it, Chef? This is S. Hey, go back. Okay. So, cell tier in terms of junk for class trinkets. Let's see. Okay, so I did rate them pretty low. Did I have Shard of Glass yet? Where's Shard of Glass? Okay, I put them both in B, but then I said the set's junk. Okay, they're better individually than together. So I understand what I was doing now. But this should still be A. It's good. It's really good. And this is the very rare and rare ancestral trinket set. Or trinkets. So the mistakes I made here, Sun Cloak should not be cell tier. This isn't Caution Cloak, right? This looks like, yeah. This is blue. This is blue tier list. So this should be Sun Cloak. This should be like B or A. This is actually really good. Let's see, the Thing trinkets, whichever one is the one that's like bleed chance and blight chance against Thing, is cell tier. That thing is so junk. And then Pagan's Talisman, cell tier. That thing is junk. Cruise Bell's actually B. It's pretty solid. Quick Draw. I have bias against QDC. Quick Draw Charm. This is actually okay. So it should be at least B. It's pretty good there. And then I think... Did I move anything else around? I'm not sure. The Corvid trinkets, these are all actually pretty sick. So these should be at least A. But I didn't do that. And then, is there another thing that stands out? I think I overvalued the stress reduction from trinkets. So these should, like, Conch Shell and... What is it? Book of Sanity, these should both be down a tier. I think Sun Ring should maybe be S, actually. It's 5 accuracy, which sometimes you just need 5, and that's 10 damage, which is really good. Recovery Charm's pretty solid. I think Mooncloak should be S. Moonring should be S, if it's not. Yeah. Mooncloak and Moonring should both be S. There's a lot of mistakes in this one. That's another one. I don't know why this is B. This is garbage. I think it's because you can't... I said not to sell it, so it doesn't go back in the loot pool. Otherwise, there are a lot of bad ones on here, aren't there? Like, just... generically bad trinkets, not just the mistakes I made. Dark Crown. I thought about moving this. I think it's actually okay at B. Fasting Seal, maybe that's A. It's solid sometimes. The resist trinkets from Ancestor stuff should be A. Those are both really good. Let's see. All right, let's just look through the whole thing, right? Is there anything else I made a mistake on? I think Martyr Seal's still S. I do like Martyrs. Like, I know you're not supposed to go to Martyr or Death Store and stuff like that, but I like it. It's good. It should be A. Oh well. Yeah, we can say it's A. Beast Slayer should be S. Beast Slayer, there's a lot of beast enemies, especially late game, so that makes that really good. I know I split up Pen and Musket Balls because melee trinkets are just like the characters' melee trinkets, or like the kits of melee heroes, means that their trinkets just do better than this. Sniper Ring might be A. Sniper Ring's pretty good. Dismas Head should be A. Tempting Goblet should be A. For sure, like minimum. Baron's Lash should be A. So a lot of things get cleared out of B. Brawlers should be cell tier. Brawlers, they suck. You lose crit, and then I don't like Berserk Charm. You get speed and damage, but you lose accuracy, and that's very punishing. Accuracy is the best damage stat in the game. So, I think that's it for here. And then this is the green and white trinkets. So let's see what we messed up here. I think I agree with this whole top end. Like, these are all good. Like, whenever I play a new file and stuff like that, I always bring these. I think actually, camo should be S tier. Camo cloak's really good. Caution cloak should be S. This bloodthirst ring, this should be like A. It's pretty good. Dark bracer should be S. Dark bracer's really good. I'm looking, did I put solar bracer anywhere? The little move resist trinket boots, those should be B, because you can bring those out sometimes. The debuff stone might be B as well. Debuff stone's pretty good for like early man-at-arms. But I think that might be it. Where's solar bracer? Here it is, A. Yeah, a dark bracer and solar bracer should at least be the same tier, if not both up here. They're both solid. Sunstone, maybe B. Sunstone sucks. Yeah. Okay. Travel guide's up here, that's good. Worry stone's okay. Snake oil is not S, snake oil is A. Stress resist isn't that big of a deal. Okay. So this video is like 40 minutes of me basically trashing on Arb. And I think Mark still has its issues inherently. It falls off against enemies with multiple actions, which sucks. You can make it work against enemies that have 2 actions, and I know there's some enemies that have 3 that people have used Mark on, and it does well, and so I understand that. But I think it gets worse when enemies... It's like at its worst when enemies have 3 actions, just because you have to put it up every turn. Ideally with Mark, you want to like put it up and then get to use it yourself if you're not a cultist, so you're, you know, your own Mark character and stuff. But Mark's better than I let on, or than I initially thought. It's really good against size 2s, it's really good against bosses, it's good against mini bosses, and it can put out a lot of damage, and it's a mechanic that boosts the entire team's damage if it's built around it, but honestly you just need like 2 damage deals. If you have like Arb and Bounty Hunter, or Bounty Hunter, or Houndmaster, Arbless, I was gonna say Highwayman for some reason. If you have like any combination of 2 of those people, then Mark actually is very powerful. So Mark's pretty good. Arbalest Mark sucks ass. It's still bad, it's the worst Mark in the game. She should never press it. But there's that. And did I... Oh, there's another thing for my skills tier list I just remembered, but Mark's good. It's a good strat. It's just you have to plan around it more than other things. Like if you're on stun and damage over time like a control team, you only have to plan. You just go, okay, I have like 2 characters who can blight, and I have Plague Doctor. You know, she does both, and we're good to go. If you want to run some kind of other team that's, you know, different offense and stuff like that, it's easy to conceive and build around. But with Mark, you have to plan a bit harder, and so I think I undervalued it, so it's good. Arbalest is a good character. Let me just say it, you know, correctly. Arbalest is a good character. Her Mark sucks. Mark is a good mechanic. So I almost regret this entire video. District tier list. The Red Hook should be S. You know, I looked at it from a practicality reason instead of just purely showing off, and it's definitely up there. But there was something else I wanted to think of. I wanted to talk about. Was it... We have skills tier list. Mace Bash should be like trash. Mace Bash is such a bad move. Tracking might be A. I'm just going through the whole thing again. But Man-Arms or Post should be at S. It's good. Is there... What was I thinking of that I messed up on? Decision might be A. Serpent's Way is A, for sure. I don't know why I had it there. Expose might be A. Thank you, Spartan. Is this Hound's Harry? This is A. I want to say yes. Hound's Harry is really good. I like it. But Suppressing Fire, S. Oh my god, Suppressing Fire is so good. I knew it was an ARB skill. Suppressing Fire should be S. Blind Fire should be trash. Blind Fire is one of the worst moves in the game. I don't know why I didn't catch it then. But is that it? Bellow might be S. Bellow's really good. Poison Arts might be A. I don't know. It's hard to say. Sang might be S. Yop should be S. Houndmaster Guard should be S. Those are all really good moves. Noxious Blast might be S. Because you get the accuracy debuff. That makes it really good. The wind just shut my door. That was creepy. But I think... Is Intimidate an S? Was this after I understood how good Leper was? Yeah, it was. I put it in my top 10s. Okay. So I think that's it. I can't think of a... like I said, I spent about like 30 minutes going through these videos to find the ones I wanted. So that is it. I was supposed to end with saying that the red hook should be S tier, and that was like the end of the video, but I had some second thoughts, so I ruined my own joke. But that's it for this video. I hope I cleared up the error on some stuff. I know I still get comments from people. Oh, there was another one. Actually, it was here. No, it was here. It's here? This is not the finished one. This isn't. So there is Wolf's Tassel. This is not S. Where is the Crucifix? Oh, it's here. Crucifix should be probably S. I think I moved it to A, but Crucifix should be S. But there's I think back to there's this one person. Let's see if I can actually find it. Let's see. We're gonna put someone on blast. Okay. So I responded to this person too. I tried to be nice, but said I had a crap take on Crucifix and Recovery and Handkerchief and Tentacle Idol. I don't think I had a bad take on Tentacle, but Crucifix should be S. Recovery, I put it in A, so I don't think this person actually made it to the end of my video, because I think I rearranged some of the stuff here. Yeah, I did, so I put these in A. But yeah, Crucifix probably S. Recovery I think is fine in A. Just because it's... maybe it's S, I don't know. But then there's also the Bloodthirst Ring Fasting Seal. I think I talked about those, but... What was the other one? It was... Come back to me, person. Handkerchief. Okay, we corrected those two. But that comment didn't get me to do it, but it's more that the stuff in my head, and I was like, I need to go check these videos to make sure I got everything figured out, so... One thing I forgot to mention, because I was actually done recording and I edited the video, but I needed to add this. The Torchless video was not for like a bragging type of thing, and it was to do two things. It was to call out the just gatekeepers out there in the DD community that exist, and they're very annoying, where like they always move the goalposts. I said this late in the video, but I should have said it up front. This is specifically to just call out gatekeepers and tell them to just knock it off. Because Torchless, it's an imbalanced mode, and I've had a lot of these comments, I've talked about them in the comments, but it's imbalanced. Like, when you do a challenge run, sure, you expect things to not be fair, but Torchless, when people say, oh, you haven't beaten Torchless, so you suck at this game, they shouldn't say that. Blood Moon, you know, if you want to go Blood Moon as the cutoff, sure, but even if you can just beat the game, you're decent enough at it, so I don't know why we're splitting hairs at that point. But Torchless, just a huge unbalanced hot mess for reasons I stated in the video. And then something people keep doing is they say, oh, you had to restart a bunch of times. That means that it is hard, right? And it's the thing I tell them is no, because once I got out of week 10 twice, technically 3 times, so I threw one of the saves, but once I got out of week 10 twice, I beat it. So it doesn't matter if I had to restart it, you know, 40 times because I got crap trinkets and stage roll heroes or stagecoach heroes and stuff like that. You know, yeah. So don't gatekeep in this game. Just stop doing that. All right, now we're gonna go with the normal end of the video. That is it for this one. So thanks for watching. I am looking forward to making videos for DD2. I know I'm probably gonna make some mistakes I'm gonna have to go back and fix, but you know, it's early access, who cares? So yeah, I hope that now I can stop getting as many mean comments as I do sometimes. You know, I'm trying to fix the things that I've talked about. I'm sure there are a few more that I missed, but those are the ones that I found. And as for the final tier list, I almost want to say Highway Man is actually S. I don't know, I had like a couple good missions with him yesterday. I was like, this character is so good. I don't know, he could be like in between S and A, I guess, who knows. Anyway, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. We're gonna do, I have a last impressions video I'm gonna do where I'm gonna talk about everything I like about this game. And maybe some criticisms, I don't know. But that's how I'm ending Darkest Dungeon 1. I will work on that. It'll probably be up sometime in the weekend. Might be the weekend. It might be like Sunday's video. And then that'll be it, so. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.